Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, for the first time in a very long time, we are going to be doing a life update. I have not done a life update in, oh my gosh, maybe almost a year was the last time I did one of these. Basically, if you don't know what these are, I have been doing these videos on my channel for quite a long time now, but I like to be very personal with you guys because you guys have literally changed my life. So I feel like we should get to know each other a little bit better and let you guys into my personal life, talk a little bit about what's going on with me behind the scenes, not just on YouTube. Now I do talk a lot about my personal life in my vlogs, but I know a lot of people don't like vlogs, which is totally fine. So I figured we could just come here, sit down, kind of chit chat, grab a snack, grab a drink, you know, get all cozy, whatever you want to do, and we can just kind of sit here and talk about my life. I literally had to make a list of everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about because like we got a lot to talk about, okay? So the first thing that I'm gonna kind of sit down and update you guys on is my relationship and what's going on with that. So for those of you who have been completely out of the loop for a very long time, I was single for about a year. I was in a 5-year relationship and that ended very, very badly. So I was single for about a year, and finally my tattoo artist that I go to, he told me that he wanted to set me up with someone and he think it would be a really good match, and we met, we went on dates, we ended up dating, and soon after we started dating, he moved into my apartment with me, which is where I'm filming now. So yeah, after a couple months of dating, he did end up moving in with me, and that went really, really well. He was such a great guy, very, very nice, very sweet, such a gentleman, very handsome. He treated me like a queen. Like it was like almost like I don't even know how to describe it. It was like kind of unbelievable because I never thought I was worthy, or I never thought I deserved someone who is that nice. And we dated for just under a year, and a couple months ago I recently found out that something had happened that you should not be doing when you are in a relationship. So I ended things very quickly. I had him move out that day, but he officially moved everything out of my apartment last weekend. So everything has like been happening very, very fast, and I have talked about it quite a bit in my vlogs. But we did end up breaking up and he did end up moving out. However, things with that are still kind of complicated, and I don't want to get into it too much here because even though I like to be personal with you guys on my channel, I feel like there are some things that I need to keep to myself and some things that I just feel like you guys don't really need to know because it's just none of your business, to be perfectly honest. Like, I want to mean that in the nicest way possible, but some things are just meant to be between me and myself, you know what I'm saying? But we have talked since the breakup and since the move out. We definitely haven't stopped talking. I was definitely very, very, very upset with him, and I was very mad at myself because I felt like what he did was because of me, because I wasn't good enough, I didn't feel good enough. And also I was very mad at him because he knew in great detail what happened in my past. He knew how my last relationship ended, and for him to kind of go out and do some of the same things was just kind of astounding to me, and I was not okay with it. So I was very upset with him. I was very angry with him. Now, I will give myself some credit because usually when I am very angry, I do take to social media. Now, I did a little bit, like, you know, I would rant here and there on my Twitter or on Snapchat, whatever, but I'm very proud of myself for not giving out too much detail like I normally would when I get angry. Is I just go on social media and I just start talking about everything. So I'm very proud of myself that I didn't do that. But yes, he no longer lives with me. It is much better that way. I will admit that we did move in together very quickly. I remember the day we were setting up the bed. I told him, I said, I think this is a little too fast. Like, you know, I ended up selling my old entertainment center, my old TV, my old bed, because he had all new stuff to bring in. So I ended up selling all my stuff, and it was still a very new relationship, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I will say we did move in together a little too quick. I wish for sure we would have waited a longer time for him to move in, but at the time, you know, it felt right. We were in the honeymoon stage. You know, we were in love. Like, it was like that. So it happened, it's over with, you know, shit happens, people make mistakes. I am only human. We are still we are civil now. You know, my anger has obviously died down. Have I forgiven him for what he did? To a point, but at the same time, I'm still keeping a guard up, that's for sure. Like when I started dating him, I definitely brought my guard down, and I notice every time I tend to bring my guard down, something bad happens. So I have definitely brought my guard back up, but we are still talking. We are very civil. We don't know if we're going to get back together again. I am in absolutely no rush for that. I have a very cynical outlook on life and love and everything now, so I am not in the right state of mind to be in a relationship, and neither is he. I feel like personally he has a lot of growing up to do. Now he is 23, which to me is young, okay, because if you guys know me, you guys know I only date older guys. Now I'm only a year and something months older than him, but to me he's just very young. He has a lot to learn. He has a lot of growing up to do, and I just feel like we're both not ready to be in a relationship right now, if that makes sense. But that doesn't mean we're not talking. That doesn't mean we're not being nice to each other. He does still help me out. Like when I was in Detroit last weekend, he came over and watched the dogs for me. So there is no bad blood at all between us. I know at first there definitely was, and I was very upset with him. There was a lot of social media drama about it on my Instagram, which thank God that's over. But, you know, I just kind of wanted to keep you guys updated because you guys have seen me go from the highest of high to the lowest of low, and, you know, I don't understand why these things keep happening to me, but, you know, like I said, shit happens, but, you know, it's being worked out and we're fine. Okay, so enough about the relationship stuff. Let's move on to the rest of it. Recently, Tuesday, April 3rd, I had my doctor's appointment. I know it's kind of weird that I'm talking to you about a doctor's appointment, but if you've been on my channel for a very long time, then this is very relevant to my life and to my channel. So every year, obviously, when you're over the age of 21, you go every once a year if you're on birth control to get your blood pressure checked, pap smear, breast exam, all that stuff. So I had one of those lovely appointments on Tuesday and everything went really well. But one of the main reasons that I went is because I found another lump in my left breast. Now, if you guys remember from around this time in 2015, 2 lumps were found in my left breast, and I had to go through the whole ultrasound and biopsy, things like that. Luckily, they came out benign. They were just fibroadenomas, which are very common in women. And I do also know that I have very lumpy breast tissue as it is, so I wasn't too worried when I found it, but at the same time, it was a little alarming just because I do have a history with breast lumps, and there is breast cancer in my family. So I went to the doctor to have it checked out, and thank the Lord I had her feel around, make sure everything was a-okay, and she basically told me that it was like a swollen milk duct or a swollen, I don't remember the exact term that she used, but basically it's nothing to be concerned about. And I kind of thought the same thing, just because every time right before my period would start, it would hurt in that area and it would feel like a very dull bruise on my left breast, which I thought was kind of strange, but as soon as my period would start, that pain would pretty much go away. And that's usually how it went. But it was going on for like 2-3 months, and I was like, okay, I really need to get this checked out. Like, I'm to the point now where I'm actually worried about it, but she did check it over and everything is okay. She basically told me just to keep an eye on it if it changes size or you find anything else that isn't mobile or anything like that, then to come back ASAP. And technically I am supposed to go in once a year for mammograms, and I know that's kind of serious considering I'm only 24, but with everything going on with my left breast, since I do have a tendency to get those really, you know, uncomfortable and just kind of unsettling bumps in my boobs. As far as everything else is looking really, really good. One thing she did say is when they weighed me is they did say that I am a little bit underweight, but not serious. Now, if you guys don't know, I am 54 inches tall, which is in fact 4'6". No, I am not a midget. No, I do not have dwarfism. I'm just a very short person. There is a total difference between being short and being, you know, a midget or a short person or a dwarf or dwarfism, things like that. So I do not suffer with any of those genetic defects. I'm just very, very small. My parents are small, I'm small. That's just how it works. A lot of people like to come at me and call me a midget. I am not. I am 110% proportionate. Since I am very short, I do tend to weigh a lot less than, you know, anyone else who's a little bit taller in my age. When I went in, I weighed 90 pounds. Now, she said that that is a little bit too light, and she would like me to gain a little bit more weight. So she would like me to be at a solid 95 pounds. Now with everything that went on, you know, with my relationship, when I'm in a stressful situation or if I'm feeling overwhelmed, I do not eat. A lot of people stress eat, whereas when I'm stressed, I don't eat. So when everything was going on, I got down to a very, very unhealthy weight just because I would go days and days and days without eating or drinking anything. So I got to a very unhealthy weight, and just recently I'm trying to build myself back up. And that's another thing about me, is I am literally one of those people where my metabolism is so completely fast. I could eat McDonald's for years and years and years and years and years, which is what I usually do anyway, and I don't gain a pound. So it's actually very difficult for me to gain weight. I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, first world problems, you can't gain weight. 'Cause I know a lot of people want to lose weight, whereas I want to gain weight, but I can't because my body just won't accept weight on me for some reason. So she did tell me that she would like me to gain a little bit more weight, so I am trying to work on that, but at the same time I know my body and I don't gain weight. I don't gain weight at all. I'm sure if I ever have a child that will definitely change and it'll all go to my hips and ass. But at the same time, you know, there's nothing I can do for now. But other than that, I am completely healthy and everything is looking really, really good. Another thing that I wanted to talk about that kind of regards boobies is I am very seriously considering / this year sometime, I am very much considering a breast augmentation. If you don't know what that is, to put it in simpler terms, breast implants. I have been a 32A all my life. I have always had very, very small breasts, and I have never been happy with them. I mean, I'm not unhappy with them, like I don't think I'm ugly because I have small boobs, but I have just always wanted, I've always wanted just a little bit more. And you know, my mom always told me, don't worry, as you get older, they'll get bigger. But as soon as I hit 14 and I started to develop breasts, they pretty much just stayed 32A, and that's really all I've been. Whereas, you know, with my sister, as she's getting older, her boobs are naturally starting to get bigger, whereas mine just aren't. And I would just like to have something a little bit more. And unfortunately, you can't go to the gym and build boobs. That is a complete myth because boobs are fat, not muscle. So really the only option for something like that would be breast implants. And I have very, very much considered that. I have done a ton of research on it. My mom does have her boobs done as well, that she got done years and years and years ago, and hers look absolutely beautiful. They look natural. They look so natural to the point where when I was younger, I was like, why do you have boobs and I don't? Like, I had no idea that she had implants. So I've been doing a lot of research. I plan to go to the exact same doctor that my mom went to. He does still practice and he does do a lot of breast augmentation still. So I do have plans to go in and have a consultation done, find out if I approve for financing and all that good stuff. But I am very much considering getting breast implants. I am still doing a ton of research. I mean, obviously I've always kind of wanted breast implants, but now that I'm getting more serious about it, because I am going to be 25 in August, my chances of a growth spurt at this time for my boobs is just not going to happen. Like, I'm pretty much just stuck with my little A cups, which, you know, is fine, but if I can afford it and if I can get it done, then I'm gonna get it done, and that's just really what I want to do. And I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I've been doing a ton of research. Like, I know I want to go through the armpit, under the muscle. As far as size goes, I am not looking to be pink sparkles. I do not want giant boobs. That is not my personal taste. That is not something that I'm into. I definitely want something maybe like a high B or a low C, just because to me that is very, very large. I know to some people who have like really, really big boobs, a B or a C is small, but for me that is like ginormous compared to what I have. So I'm kind of looking into something like that, but again, it's going to be totally dependent on what the doctor and the surgeon thinks and what they think would be a good size for me and what the best route would be. But yeah, I am very much considering it. I'm hoping if everything goes right and I get my arm finished, because this is kind of first priority right now. But as long as everything goes well, I'm hoping for this fall or winter, or maybe next spring. That is what I'm really hoping for. And I know a lot of you out there are probably going to assume, oh, you're doing this for guys, you want guys' attention, you think if you get breast implants, a guy won't cheat on you and they'll like you more. That is not it at all, you guys. Really, at this point, I hate men. Like, I fucking hate all of them. This is literally something I want to do for myself and something I want to feel good about. I would like to have a cleavage. I would like to fill out a bathing suit top. Like, that would be nice because I'm so sick of my boobs hurting from push-up bras that don't even work anyway. So yeah, it's just something that I want, and I know some people think that's fake and that's stupid and you should love yourself for the way you are. Fuck that. Like, self-love, cool, awesome, but if there's something you want to change, go out there and do it. Like, I'm not going to tell you have to love every single part of your body. Like, you're given what you're given. If you're not happy with it, change it. I'm not going to give you the whole preach and rundown of how you should love yourself and da-da-da. Like, I mean, obviously you should love yourself, but if you have something on your body that you want to change and you can change, then do it. And do it for you. Don't do it for anyone else. Don't do it for your boyfriend. Don't do it for your sister. Don't do it for your mom. Do it for you. If it's something you want to do, fuck it. Do it. You know, like, put your middle fingers in the air and, you know, like, do it. Like, that is my outlook on life. Like, I am not doing this for anyone but myself. I want to look at myself naked and feel like a woman. If you're someone who has, you know, 32A, someone who does have to wear training bras because no bras in stores will fit you, you feel like you're less of a woman. And I know that sounds probably really stupid, but to me, I just want something more. I want to feel good about myself, and to me, I think having a little bit of cleavage is sexy, and that's what I desire and that's what I want. So if I can afford it and everything works out, then that's what I'm gonna do. Nothing is official, nothing is set in stone. I'm not for sure getting them, and I'm not for sure getting them. It's just something that I've just been kind of playing around with, and an idea that I've been running through my head, and something that I'm getting more and more serious about, just because I am getting to a more appropriate age where my body has fully matured. I just kind of wanted to let you guys in on that, and if I do, which again, this is like a year down the line, but if I do decide to get breast implants and everything goes well, I will definitely be doing full vlogging, full experience videos, full before and after pictures, like everything. So that is a good thing for you guys, is you guys will be able to watch me go through that little journey. So yeah, that is everything regarding my boobs. Now we can move on to the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, which is work and my job. I do have a job outside of YouTube. I do 2 part-time jobs. I do my coffee shop job and YouTube, both part-time. So as you guys can probably guess, I am very, very busy. If I'm not here, I'm at work, and if I'm not at work, I am here filming, editing, doing something to do with YouTube. So I am a very busy person. I am always constantly moving or editing or filming something, and when I'm at work, I'm constantly moving, making coffee, training, doing this, doing that. So I have been very busy, and this May is going to mark 3 years that I've been at my job. This is my first job that I've ever had. It's the only job I've ever had besides YouTube, and I still absolutely love it to this day. I've been there 3 years. I definitely know how to do my job. I think I'm great at my job. And recently I did get a raise, which is so exciting. I never thought that would be a thing for me. I never thought that I could be good enough at something else other than YouTube to be recognized for it and get a raise. So that is something that is very exciting. Through the moon excited about it. I got more of a raise than I thought I was going to, so it's just something I'm really excited about, and I do take a lot of pride in my job. I do love my job. I love what I do. Granted, it is minimum wage. It's a job that has, you know, like a lot of teenagers working, but I don't even care. Like, I absolutely love it. I'm so glad I applied there. Like, I love my job. It's fantastic. I love who I work with. Me and my boss are very, very close, so it's just a great place, and I absolutely love it. And I wanted to share that really exciting news with you guys because I'm proud of myself. Some other things that I wanted to update you guys on is I did finally remove my Smiley piercing. I actually did it last night. I know a lot of people have been asking me if I still have it. The reason why you weren't able to see it is because I did change it to a much smaller ring, and I had it like that for quite a few months. I had my Smiley pierced for almost a year, maybe a little under a year. I told you guys in my Smiley piercing experience video that I wasn't going to be keeping it for a long period of time, just because the Smiley piercing is very damaging on the teeth. You know, it's metal that is constantly rubbing, and it causes gum recession and all that really, really bad stuff. So I did finally make the decision to take it out because, one, you couldn't ever see it anyway. 2, I've had it for a long time, and 3, I didn't want it to cause any damage to my teeth. Now there isn't any damage to my gums or anything like that, so I don't think I had it in long enough for it to do any sufficient damage. It never rejected, which is very surprising because it does go through very, very thin skin, but nothing ever rejected, nothing fell out, nothing got irritated. It was just one of those things, you know, it was time to go, so I took it out. I do still really want my Medusa pierced, but unfortunately for my work I cannot have that piercing, so that one just remains a dream that I wish to have one day. Other than that, there's really nothing else going on with me. Like I said, everything else I pretty much just update you guys on in my vlogs and talk about it in my vlogs. I do vlog pretty often, so if you do want to kind of catch up and see what's new with the dogs or what's new with my apartment, you know, you can definitely check out my vlog playlist and everything will be on there as well. But to touch on my dogs really quick, my dogs are doing very, very well. Avril is doing well. Jackal is feeling much better. He did have an infected anal gland, so I'm pretty sure I cleared that up. Avril does still struggle with a lot of separation anxiety. She is going to be 2 years old this September, and she still very, very much does not like to be left alone. Whenever I leave the house, she screams, and so that's still definitely been a struggle. I've tried music, I have tried everything, and the only thing that seems to work is every time I do leave the house, I have to give them both a little handful of treats. That way they stay distracted while I am gone, which that has worked, but the only thing I don't like about it is I don't believe in feeding my dogs treats every day, so I don't feel right about doing that. If you guys could please recommend to me some really low calorie dog treats that are healthy for them, I would really like to know. I have been giving them carrots, which I know dogs can have carrots, but I don't know how often they can have carrots. So yeah, if you guys have any sort of treat recommendations for me, I would greatly appreciate it. They're just they are just my little babies. I love them so much. We always watch movies together and sleep together, so they're like my little buddies. Yeah, other than that, that is everything that I have for this little life update. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I know there was a ton of talking in this video. My throat is so dry. I need something to drink like pronto. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching these. Thank you so much for keeping up to date with me. I appreciate and love every single one of you. If you enjoyed this life update, make sure to give a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to go down and subscribe to my channel. But as always, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!